Fieldbuster.
Remind us what we're doing here, Adam.
So
Adam,
here
Adam, you are in charge of this episode, so you have complete control.
Stop talking then.
You have complete control, Adam. Go on, take the reins.
Stop talking.
Adam, you have complete control. Take the reins. I'm
You're
giving you
a
the
terrible father.
reins. Take them from me, please.
Okay, we are going to be talking about our favourite B movies. We want films that haven't got a lot of money behind them. They are made with crazy plot summaries, a bit like Velocipastor. And, well, yeah, some of them fail, a lot of them fail, but some of them work, and some of them, they do a good job. And we're here to talk about the ones that actually work here.
Yes.
So in this episode, we're going to go through each one. We're going to pick one film each, but we're also going to have a fun little game with it. We're going to, Ben and Paul and me, we're going to describe the plot of our film, and we're going to try and guess what the film is.
Excellent.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Who's going first?
Paul, me, Ben.
Let's have it.
Okay. So you want me to give the plot summary of my film, yes?
Yeah.
And we got to try and guess what film you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, in this film, a cursed rat monkey decides it's going to bite the mother of this man called Lionel. It actually kills her. Her body starts falling apart and her skin starts falling off and she dies. But then she comes back as a zombie, but Lionel can't take that. He doesn't want to kill her or anything, so he just puts her in the basement. But she just keeps biting people, and then more and more people keep turning into these zombies, and he just keeps putting them down the basement, and they start eating dogs and having sex with each other and stuff.
Man, oh man.
Is there a house party in this film?
There's I guess you call it a house party, yeah.
I
Adam's seen
think
it.
I know the film. Have I seen it?
It's a house party full of dead people.
I don't know it then.
You just said, is there a house party at the end of it? And he
I
said,
thought
yeah,
it was
you clearly
something-
do know it.
I thought Adam was trying to be funny saying there's a house party, but it's a house that's full.
Is it by Peter Jackson?
Yes. Go on.
Fuck. What's the name
Is
of
it
that film?
Basket Case?
No.
No, that's not what it's called, no.
I haven't seen it. Bad something, Manners?
It's called Brain Dead.
Oh, that's the one. And then in the
I've
house
never
at the end,
seen
he's
it.
standing with a chainsaw on the top of the roof,
Yes.
getting covered in blood.
Yes.
I have seen that.
Fantastic
Yes.
film. Practical
Yes.
effects in this film are so bloody good, and it's got some amazing one-liners.
Yes.
And it's so gruesome. It's so fun.
Yeah.
It's such a good film.
See, that's the film I thought you were going to pick when I announced this topic.
But then you couldn't even think what the film was.
Yes, I couldn't remember. It didn't come to my head.
I know what it is. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Is this is this like low budget then?
Let's see what
Yes, this is
the
proper
budget
people.
was. I'm going to look
Yeah.
now. Has it
This
got a thing of what budget it was?
Proper
Because Peter Jackson Brain Dead gets...
Oh, here we go.
gets-
The brain. Oh, it was estimated at $3 million. The budget was.
Oh, mate, you cheated. That's got $1 million budget.
But wait a minute. What the worldwide gross was 242,000.
No, yeah, that fucking broke. That broke.
Yeah. This is Peter Jackson before he was just him making practical effects, and it's a bit like, what's the guy who did The Thing? John Carpenter.
John Carpenter.
It's kind of like that kind of style, but with a lot less money behind it.
See now, right? Looking at that as a situation, Peter Jackson with not no budget, with limited budget, makes an extreme horror film,
Yeah.
like Brain Dead. Yeah. Then he gets loads of money and makes
Lord of the
Rings. So what's his passion? Because if he's making an 18 rated extreme bloody horror movie with no money, and that's what he decides to do, why, when he gets fame and money, does he decide to do mainstream fantasy rather than do something a little
I feel like he
closer
just wants
to
to make
his
cinema.
first film?
Like at the moment, he's then gone on to make that film about World War One, wasn't it? Where he remastered loads of coloured footage from World War One and made it into a documentary, which is brilliant. And then he's gone to make this Beatles documentary as well, where he's doing loads of stuff. That I feel like he just enjoys making film.
Love of cinema.
Just a project comes his way, and he's like, "Yeah, let's do that."
The only link I could possibly make between Brain Dead and Lord of the Rings is the crazy amount of practical effects on the orcs and because there was so much practical effects.
But then he made King Kong, and that was all kind of CGI and a bit.
But it was still Andy Serkis doing his thing, and I
Yeah.
guess that's how his love of effects evolved, but it evolved in a way that isn't necessarily what our preference is, which is practical effects. He went CGI.
Maybe his passion is pushing the boundaries of cinema. So this is boundaries of practical
You
effects.
certainly ain't pushing the boundaries of cinema with King Kong.
No, but I'm saying with the mocap.
Yeah,
'Cause
the
that was
mocap.
very early mocap.
Yeah,
Also,
it was.
like Lord of the Rings, kind of when it was made as well, and the scale of them as well. Like they were probably some of the first big franchise films that on that scale as well. I mean, you've had like your Star Wars films before, but they didn't feel. There's something about Lord of the Rings that feels more epic, isn't there?
I need to watch
What,
those
more
films.
epic than Star Wars?
Well, it's just like the way they're shot. Like they're on location all the time, aren't they? They're climbing mountains to film these shots, and
I prefer Lord of the Rings to Star Wars.
oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know which
Appreciate
I
the
prefer, to be honest. Like Lord of the Rings, for me, we were just talking about this the other day. They're all like 8 out of 10s, I would say. Like Two Towers is my favourite, but I think they're none that I would go, I love those films. I think they're great, but I don't have a personal love of any of them. If they didn't exist, it wouldn't be any great loss to me.
Well, what a statement. How would you say the same about Star Wars?
Yeah, same as Star Wars, generally speaking.
How do you feel about that, Adam?
It's Ben, isn't it?
It's Ben.
Kind of sums it
Oh,
up
wow.
a bit.
Everything has its place. Everything has its place, but I could deal without it.
True.
Well, there you go. Peter Jackson, Brain Dead. In the watch list, it is for me.
I initially chose this because the first initial subject was B movies that we love, and this is definitely a B movie.
It is. I'll give you that fact that it's a B movie.
Yeah.
What does the B stand for in B movie? Do you know?
I
Bad.
think it's just. I think it's just like you've got A movie, isn't it? And
Yeah.
it's category down.
It's like Z list.
Yeah.
It's basically low budget, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's low budget.
Yeah. It's rated a 3.9 out of 5. Very high.
That
is
is
quite-
very high.
Very high.
I think Paul got a different memo to us for the films to pick for this section.
Okay.
No, you said to me, pick a B movie with a
I said
really
nothing,
crazy
sir.
plot. I'm telling Adam, he said a
Yeah.
crazy plot, and this is a crazy plot about a rat monkey.
I would say you're on
that
the
bites
limit.
someone.
You're on the upper limit here, Paul. You're pushing the. We're being nice.
Well,
Adam has allowed it. Adam has allowed it as the adjudicator of the session.
considering
So that's
Adam
fine.
made the subject, and then he said, "I know what you're going to pick."
Yes.
True.
It
I did say that,
counts.
so I kind of knew what we were going to get.
Come on then, Adam. Tease us with yours,
Okay.
please.
This film here, the plot summary is a team from an intergalactic fast food chain.
What's the
Crumbs
fuck?
Crunchy Delights descend on Earth, planning to make human flesh the newest taste sensation.
I have
Okay.
no idea what that is.
I want you to do your own plot summary.
Yes.
So basically, it's about these people, these alien people who work for a fast food chain, and they come down to Earth, and they're trying to kill humans and harvest humans to make them into fast food.
I mean, it sounds like it could be really shit or quite fun.
Again, you haven't. Neither of you have seen this film, so
No,
I don't know if you're going to grab
definitely
it. It is another entry by Peter Jackson. It's called Bad Taste.
Oh, is that what that film's about?
Yes. And this film came out 5 years before the film Paul mentioned. So this came
That's
out in
fucking weird that you two should both pick Peter
1987.
Jackson's.
That is weird.
Well, this is the thing. He started off by doing these crazy, wacky films, and they are very good because he is a good filmmaker.
How funny that you would actually say, why would he go to make Brain Dead and then make something like Lord of the Rings when actually he made Bad Taste and then made Brain Dead?
Yeah. And it only had a budget of 200,000 New Zealand dollars.
Which is the film where the weird-looking guy looks like a pig alien, has his
Bad
middle
Taste.
finger up?
It's
That's Bad Taste.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I don't think I'm familiar with Brain Dead, but I'm not familiar with Bad Taste. But I mean, I know the poster.
Yeah, they're both on I think they're both on Amazon Prime, I think.
Would you recommend it in this case?
I'd say you didn't. I'd be again surprised if you didn't enjoy it or at least get something out of this film.
What do you rate it, Adam?
I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Oh, nice.
I gave it the same as Brain Dead, to be fair, but
And is for the same reason Paul did, practical effects, or is it good outside of that?
it's a well-made film. Again, I think it's all of his mates. I think these people haven't been in anything other than these films, so it kind of go back to the Velocipasta of these are just friends making films with a lot of passion for the films they're making and having just fun with it, but with a good team behind, like a good filmmaking knowledge behind it. I would have actually probably picked Velocipastor over this if we did this on another podcast, but for the sake of this discussion, I'm going to pick a different film.
So is Peter Jackson now at a point where he's sold out?
I don't think he sold it out. I think he's probably just done what every filmmaker wants to do, and you start off making that and move on and make great big films and explore the different types of cinema and do everything. I feel like he's done a lot in different categories.
Considering actually, I'm just looking at his films now. He also did, which I haven't seen, The Frighteners.
Oh yeah, The Frighteners isn't very good though. Michael J. Fox film, weird film. Should be much better than it is.
Is that? Yeah, it's after Brain Dead as well. So he did. So he did go on to make Frighteners after Brain Dead as well.
No man.
So he continued on. Maybe just thought, that's my trilogy of horrors. There you go.
Yeah.
Done my trilogy of horrors. He does produce horrors, doesn't he? He
Yeah.
does still produce them.
Yes.
He produced
Didn't
District 9, didn't he?
Yes,
Yeah.
he did. But again, practical effects. He just loves the effects. He's obsessed with effects.
There we go.
Well, I got a film to trump them all.
Go
Okay,
on.
let's go for it.
It's called Lord of the Rings. Fellowship of the Ring by a little-known director. All right, the plot of mine, it shares the name of a very family-friendly Michael Keaton film, but it's certainly not family-friendly. And it's about a serial killer who's being driven to his execution at Christmas time, and then the truck that's carrying him crashes into another truck that's carrying chemicals, and as the serial killer lays dying, his blood mixes with the chemicals, mixes with the snow, and he is resurrected as a serial killing snowman at Christmas time.
So it's Jack Frost, right? I've never seen this
Jack
film.
Frost.
Yes.
This film sounds amazing.
It is amazing. This is just silly, stupid fun. It is kind of... I don't know what budget it has, but it clearly has little to nothing. And what budget it does have has been put towards this big, puffy snowman costume. It's like, think Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, but on a much smaller scale.
Beautiful.
And he, cracks jokes whenever he's doing killing. He says things like... time to freeze and ice to meet you and shit like that. Kind of like
Batman and Robin.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Yes. Linking back to that film from last episode. But it's one of them films like Velocipastor where you watch it and it's a good time, silly nonsense film. I remember watching it with some friends at Christmas time. I recommended it on a Christmas movie night like 10 years ago, and I don't think they cared for it, but you got to be in the mood for it. You got to be in the mood for that sort of silliness. So there is a particularly interesting scene which I guess could be viewed as a rape scene, but the way that it's played out is kind of for laughs and it's insinuated. So what happens is,
And it's with
Shannon
the snowman.
Elizabeth, huh?
And it's
with the snowman. Yeah. It involves the snowman. Shannon Elizabeth, you know her from Apple Pie, American Pie. What's,
Yeah, I think so. Is she the exchange student?
I want to watch Apple Pie now.
Yeah, Apple Pie.
Is she the exchange
student?
Yeah,
the exchange student in American Pie.
Yeah.
Well, she is in a bath. She's run a bath, and suddenly the water starts turning cold, frosty cold, and she's going, "Oh, so cold!" And then all of a sudden, she's surrounded in snow in the bath, and then the snow stands up with her embedded in it, and it's Jack Frost the snowman, and he's smashing her against the wall, and then you realise on his face the carrot is no longer on his face.
Oh my god.
Yes,
fuck's
and then she
sake.
drops, and I'm only as I speak about this realising how controversial that actually is, but hey, it's a budget movie from 1997. What are you going to do?
Did the snowman actually kill her?
Yeah, the snowman killed her, yeah.
Oh, that is a very unfortunate way to go.
Some of the other deaths involve him shooting icicles out of his hands and impaling people. He wraps a woman up in a Christmas tree with all the Christmas lights and smashes a bauble into her face.
Very decorative.
Very
Next
decorative.
Christmas, this film is going to get put on at some point.
Oh, yes.
You should give it a check out. There's also a sequel, which I've never seen because I know it'll be bad. But, you know, it's one of them films that from a time of my life, it was good. I just discovered it like back in those nostalgic days when you could walk into a newsagent's, as I did, and they would sell DVDs by the counter. And I just saw this and I was like, oh, that looks fun. Just like the Velocipastor cover, the design on the cover looks much more outrageous and extreme than
In the actual film.
the monster in the film, because just like
Yeah.
Velocipastor, it's just a white puffy costume. But there's lots of one-liners.
What's the budget for this film?
I don't know what the budget is. It's got to be low though. I don't know how to find out the budget of it. But yeah, Jack Frost, check it out, people, if you're in
Wow.
the festive mood. Yeah.
Filmbusters.